Yeah. Good afternoon. This is Greg Dolan coming to you from Glendale, California. It's about 2:51 in the afternoon. Here I'm going to review and sort of promote a movie I saw yesterday in Pasadena. It was called Supermensch, The Legend of Shep Gordon. Saw it at the Laemmle Theaters. If I didn't say, I'm coming to you from Glendale, California, on the north edge of Los Angeles, and Pasadena is also on the north edge of Pasadena is 10 miles east of Glendale. I'm not sure what it's north of. I think Pasadena is still north of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a very large and spread out city. I saw it at the Laemmle Theaters, which plays more of the alternative and indie films and the documentaries, not the super blockbusters that are all that I can see in Glendale. The movie is about a man named Shep Gordon who has been a very successful manager, mostly in music, pop and rock. And it was a biography of his life. He managed Alice Cooper and sort of broke Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper started with him when Alice Cooper was not famous, but between Alice and Shep, they dreamed up enough publicity stunts that Alice did become quite famous, and still is, I suppose. And then Shep managed some other famous people, including Teddy Pendergrass, who was a sexy black soul singer. And Shep maybe came up with the idea, Teddy eventually would do concerts for women only that were fun for the ladies, because Teddy was so sexy and steamy, and they could sort of go wild over him. But I quite enjoyed this movie, much more than I expected to. I thought, watching Shep on screen, he's a pretty relaxed guy, and he makes you feel kind of relaxed and cheerful. He's mostly had a pretty happy life, and he has a lot of happy stories to tell. And then I think it was kind of interesting to see behind the scenes of a top manager's life. It was interesting that he actually was pretty creative as a manager. He actually came up with some of the stunts that helped push some of his clients into the limelight. One thing I didn't know is that he helped create the celebrity chef. He became good friends with a French chef, and he discovered that the French chef would make appearances but was very poorly paid, make personal appearances maybe at places other than his own restaurant, where he might cook for one night and talk about the food, but was terribly paid for it. And Shep, one thing Shep did is he got a number of his chef friends, onto a new food network, maybe the first food cable show, and then he leveraged that to create chef brands. Like Emeril Lagasse has some spices that sell well in supermarkets, and Wolfgang Puck has frozen dinners, I think, that also sell well in supermarkets. And Shep was pretty instrumental in getting all that started. And then he did nice things for people too, apart from his job as a publicist and manager. I don't know if I was convinced. The movie says, well, Mike Myers directed it, and he says Shep is the nicest person he's ever met. I thought Shep seemed like a nice enough fellow and jolly, and he had had an interesting life. I don't know, do other people come across as being nice? If you did their biography in a documentary, would they come across as being as nice? Maybe not. He is a pretty jolly guy, and he doesn't take himself or the business super seriously, it wouldn't seem, or at least he got a lot of amusement out of the different goings on that accompany this kind of a job. Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. How nice was he? How nice did he come across? If he does come across as nice, what makes him come across that way? But I think I could highly recommend the movie. If you see it, maybe you'll give me your opinion.